One of the hardest things about running a small business is managing your time. Hi, I'm Jen, a self employed digital artist, and today I'd like to give you some insight on why time management is so important for me, as well as how I manage everything I do. I believe that there are many reasons why I or any small business owner would want to effectively manage our time. To start, we have a very limited amount of time, and often we're the only one actively working on building our business. It's important for us to have a good work-life balance so that we can avoid burnout and also have the motivation and energy to continue working day to day. At the same time, there are deadlines that need to be met, multiple tasks that need to be prioritized, and you also want to ensure that everything gets done in an efficient and effective manner. At the start of the year, I like to take some time to plan out my projects and shop updates. Obviously, I don't know every project I may undertake, and my plans for shop updates may change, but I like to make an outline so I know how to pace myself with my work as the months go by. This year, for example, I wanted to have a shop update every month and introduce a few new products to my shop over the course of the year. In the first 2 months of the year, I was able to stick to that plan, and at the end of February, I released my first YouTube video. At that time, the goal I had set for myself was to publish one video per month. However, I found that I really enjoyed making content for YouTube, so my new goal was to start posting a video every 2 weeks. And after my second video, I just kept receiving so much support and encouragement, so ultimately I decided on creating one video per week. Sometimes things change and goals pivot, and because my YouTube goals changed, my goals for shop updates changed too. Shop updates just involve so much work, and with every update, I had to design all my products, manufacture most things myself at home, take product photos, create listings, and market the new products. I realized that continuing to have a shop update every month was no longer feasible. And that's one of the reasons why I think adaptability plays such a huge role in time management. In order to keep up with my new goal of making a YouTube video a week, I had to adjust my shop update plans. So I made the decision to prioritize YouTube videos and have shop updates every few months instead. YouTube was working really well for me, and my channel was growing very quickly, so I wanted to keep creating more quality content for my new viewers and subscribers. Similarly to how I like to take time at the beginning of the year to plan my months ahead, I also like to take time before the start of a new month to plan my weeks ahead. So let me walk you through how I'm planning my work schedule for July. For the new month, I do want to prepare for a shop update, so it's extra important for me to have a plan so that I don't have all my work piled on at the same time. Instead, I like to break down larger projects or tasks into much more smaller and manageable tasks. But before I go into how I will divide my shop update prep work, I want to show you the tasks that I do on a weekly basis. Every week, I have a YouTube video to make and short form content to make for Instagram and TikTok. These things occur every single week, so because they're reoccurring, I like to assign specific days for each task. On Mondays, I write my YouTube video scripts and do some research on ideas for TikTok videos and Instagram Reels. For short-form content ideas, I usually just scroll through my feed and save sounds and audio that I find interesting or that I think relates to my art or work. For scripts for YouTube, I spend a little time making outline first and do any research so that when I get into writing the script, I know everything that I want to include. During this time, I also write a shot list to have for when I record my videos. Recording days are always on Tuesdays. On these days, I record my content for all my social media platforms, and I refer to my shot list for YouTube video content. But for Instagram and TikTok, I don't really have a list that I come up with to look at, and instead I like to record quick little parts of what I'm doing. So while I do dedicate time to recording content this day, I often just record clips throughout the week. For Reels and TikToks, I actually also have an archive saved on my computer, and any new clips or videos that I get goes into that archive so that when it comes to having content to post on these platforms, I often just repurpose clips because it's very quick, and I think it's okay to just reuse things because not everyone's going to see every single post that you make. On Wednesdays, most of my day is taken up with editing videos. I work on editing my YouTube videos, which takes me probably around 3 to 4 hours on these days. For TikToks and Reels, those are much quicker and easier to edit, and I do batches at a time. So to create about a week's worth of short videos, I would say it takes me about 1 to 2 hours. I don't have a set schedule for which days I post on TikTok or Instagram, but I do aim to share about 2 to 4 times per week. On Thursdays, I upload my finished YouTube video, pick a title, write my description, create up my thumbnail, and schedule my video for Friday. This process goes by very quickly, and at most, altogether, it takes me about an hour to complete. Now, for my shop update prep, I'm going to show you how I divide my work throughout the month. During the first week, I plan to brainstorm and sketch my ideas for designs and products that I want to create. This usually doesn't take me too long, so I'll set time during the later part of the week when I don't have as much work going on to focus on the shop update ideas. During the second week, I will work on finalizing my designs. This means I do all the drawing and coloring for everything I want to launch during my shop update. To give you an idea, for me to create a single sticker design, currently I would estimate that it takes me anywhere between 1 to 2 hours from start to finish. So depending on how many designs I have for a shop update, I aim to finish 2 to 3 designs per day during this week. Something to note is that this will be the busiest week during the month, so I try not to have too many busy things the week before or the week after because I don't want to overwhelm myself and tire myself out too much. In the third week of shop update, I set time to manufacture my products. Currently, almost everything in my shop is made by me at home, so to prep for the shop update, I usually take about a day to make all my products. Because Fridays are pretty easygoing for me, I'll make all my products on this day during that week. And during the last week leading up to the shop update, I plan to take the product photos, add listings to my website, and create announcement posts to share on my social media platforms in preparation for launch day. All of these tasks can be done in a day, so again, I'm going to assign them to Friday because those are my easiest days to be the day that I do all of these tasks. Now for the other tasks that aren't part of my weekly routine. This would be things like packing orders, restocking inventory, writing my newsletter, etc. To start, my shop is always open, so orders come in randomly, and I like to aim to ship out orders within 1 to 3 days from when it's placed. And so far, this is really easy for me to manage because I usually don't get more than a handful of orders per week. It's nothing overwhelming, and the process to pack orders is usually very quick, especially if all the products are already made. This leads me to how often I restock my inventory. I actually don't routinely restock my inventory, and I don't keep a large quantity of items, but whenever, for example, I run out of a sticker, I will make some more of that, probably about a page worth, and replenish a small quantity of them at a time. As for my newsletter, I send it out every other Monday, and it usually takes me an hour or so to prepare, which I do on the Friday before it goes out. Additionally, on the first newsletter of every month, I also include a set of free digital wallpapers, so I also like to do the art for that on the Thursday before it goes live. And that's just a quick overview of what I have planned and how I'm planning for July. Over the course of running my small business, I've had to learn how to adapt and manage my time to the best of my ability because it's just me keeping things running. I set my own deadlines and I decide which projects or tasks to take on. And it can get overwhelming, and there are times when I don't get everything done that I had hoped to, but I'm okay with that, and I realize that it's just part of the journey. Right now, on a day-to-day basis, I work about 8 hours a day, but because I have complete control of when I work, I like to take long, regular breaks. In the mornings, when I wake up and after eating breakfast, I usually work for a few hours before I go to the gym. And when I return home, I have my lunch, take a short break or perhaps a little power nap, and then work again until it's time for dinner. After dinner, again, I take some time for myself, I relax, have a short break, before doing the last couple of hours of work, before I finally have time to unwind and relax for the night. I also try to avoid doing any work on the weekends. This routine isn't for everyone. I'm fully well aware of that, but it's what works best for me right now. It's very hard for me to stay focused and motivated for 8 hours straight, so I feel very fortunate that I can find a schedule that fits into my life. plan that I talked about for July is an ideal schedule. Although there will probably be occasions where things pop up that I didn't plan for, or some tasks take longer to complete. But because now that I've had close to 2 years of experience of running my business, I'm getting much better at estimating how long certain tasks take me. This has greatly helped me with my time management and meeting my expectations and deadlines. I also know that when unexpected things happen or that things take longer than expected, I do have to work longer on the days surrounding them, because ultimately it is my responsibility to keep myself on schedule so that I can put my best foot forward for my business. In some previous videos of mine, I've mentioned and talked about having personal time and having other hobbies outside of art to focus on to help unwind. I also believe that this is important and absolutely essential to give me the motivation to keep up with my work on a daily basis. So above all the work I plan for myself, I highly prioritize my self-care and take time to relax and refresh myself if I'm having a difficult time or in preparation for long, busy weeks and days. Time management is a skill that takes time and experience to develop, and I think it's something that is worth getting better at. Once you figure out a routine that works for you and you have the tools to help you keep organized, I'm sure your time management will definitely improve. Just remember, be easy and honest with yourself, and with time, you will find exactly what works best for you. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving me a like, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Additionally, don't forget to subscribe for more art-related videos, and if you want to further support me and my small business, please consider taking a look at my shop. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!